Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm very excited to present to you Selvara at Grand Polo. This is their newest launch of only 4-bedroom villas in Emaar's newest community of Grand Polo. We know previously that Emaar actually launched 5 subcluster communities, which were Montura 1, Montura 2, Montura 3, Cavalli Estates and Cavalli Fields. And now they're finally launching their 6th subcluster inside of this community, which is Selvara. So today I'm going to dive into the exact investment analysis, everything about this project from A to Z regarding the investment analysis, like price per square foot, if it's a good buy, and then later on we will go through the floor plans. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into this video. Now, just like any other video that I actually make, I always like to structure them in a certain way. So first of all, we will actually take a look at who the developer actually is, which in this case is Emaar. Then we will go look at the project renders on a brochure. We'll talk about the location, why Grand Polo, a bit more about the project, like when it's handing over, if there are any service charges, etc. And lastly, we'll go over pricing and the floor plans. So first of all, we need to understand who the developer behind this project actually is, and it is Emaar. And for those of you guys that are new to Dubai or are first-time investors, what you need to understand is that Emaar is one of the biggest developer. Actually, it is the biggest developer in all of UAE. They're the same ones responsible for downtown, Dubai Hills, such as like the one on my left, downtown here on the right, and the tallest tower in the world, Burj Khalifa, Dubai Marina, Arabian Ranches, the Valley, Emirates Living, which is one of the most iconic villa and townhouse community in all of Dubai, located on Sheikh Zayed Road. So when we talk about Emaar, they are the biggest developer and they're the one with the biggest track record. It is actually governmental. The biggest share or shareholder in the company is actually the Sheikh of Dubai himself. So when we actually take a look at their numbers and what Emaar has launched before, we need to also look at the specific profits that investors have made by investing in Emaar property. So the first one we're going to take a look at here on the left is actually Nara, which is a 3-bedroom townhouse located in the valley. And when we see when it was launched in 2019, it was actually starting for 1.4 million. Although this was a time when the Dubai market was a little bit unstable and it was actually kind of at its all-time low even before COVID, later on in 2025, this would actually be 2.8 million, where investors saw 100% capital appreciation. Next, we go to Golf Grove, which are semi-detached villas in Dubai Hills Estate. These ones were also going for 4.5 million, now selling at 8.6 million. And on my right here, this is one where people usually think it's fake, but it's 100% real. You guys can check this on DXB Interact. This was a Meadows 7 villa, which is located in Emirates Living. This one was actually launched for 1.3 million and then later sold for 22.2 million. Which is one of the highest profits I have ever seen in Dubai, especially when you bought a 5-bedroom villa back in the days for 1.3 million. These are just some numbers to show the profits that investors have made with Emaar. But of course, these were also at the all-time low whenever the market, like in 2008, practically 2019, 2021. But even if you look at what Emaar is producing right now, they are the master developer for master communities. Even right now, we've got Dubai Creek Harbor, which is supposed to be the new downtown. So when we take a look at where Grand Polo actually is, this is where it is located. And I'm going to show you guys exactly on Google Maps. So when we take a look at Dubai on Google Maps, we know that right here is where we have got downtown. And you can see on my cursor, we have Burj Khalifa, made by Emaar. Here we have got the Dubai International Financial Center, also known as the IFC. And here is where we have got the Palm Jumeirah. Here's where we've got Dubai Hills Estate by Emaar as well. You guys can see this is a 112 million square foot plot of land. And here we have got Emirates Living with Emirates Hills, also one of the most iconic communities in all of Dubai. Actually, the most expensive mansion in this Emaar community was sold for 425 million, one of the most expensive villas ever sold in Dubai. Now, when we take a look at where Grand Polo really is, this is where it is. And if we can see from the cursor here, it's in this land right here, which is 60 million square foot. It's going to be comprised of 5,600 villas with 22 cluster communities, with Selvara being the 6th. And what we know as well is that it is going to be roughly 30 minutes from the new Al Maktoum airport as of currently right now. it's going to be 25 minutes away from Dubai Marina and 35 to 38 minutes from downtown in the IFC. Now, when we talk about the positioning, it's below Yela East Road right here, above Expo Road, and right to the left of Emirates Road. In addition to that, it is also going to have one of the biggest polo fields in all of Asia. It's going to be roughly 6 million square foot of pure polo field. So that's also a nice addition that Emaar is adding, because when you take a look at Dubai, there aren't a lot of polo communities that is residential. The only one as of right now is Al Habtoor Polo Club, which is located in Dubai Land, very close to the villa right here, Al Habtoor Polo Club and Resorts. And these right here are the villas there. Now, when we take a look at the project render, which I will show you guys all the photos right now, this is a clearer picture of what the community is actually going to look like. Here we can see all the horses. This is the clubhouse right here, which you can enjoy. Here is the sort of horse staple that is also going to be included. So this is the grand entrance to the community, which is absolutely beautiful. Yet again, the location. And here is just a little bit of the pictures of what we're expecting in Selvara. And this is a better representation of the villa itself. As you guys can see, it is a G+2 villa, which means that it's got a rooftop right here that Emaar also likes to add with some of their villas. A nice really feature as well is that they have full glass to ceiling windows, which a lot of their old homes like in Springs and Meadows didn't really come with this. And this is because with the newer villas that Emaar are making, they are actually adjusting it to what the general population wants. That way they are also increasing demand for these specific villas and also rewarding investors that have actually invested in Emaar products. Yet again, this is where Selvara is going to be in the master community. So if we look at Grand Polo right now, this is where everything is. Here we have got the polo field as indicated here on 3. Here we had Montura 1. Here we had Montura 2, which were actually 3 to 5 bedrooms. Grand Polo only had one specific section that had 3 bedrooms as of right now, and this is Montura 2. Here we got Montura 3, Cavalli Estate, and Cavalli Fields. And these ones obviously are the most premium because they look onto the polo field. Now, when we take a look at Selvara, this is where it is, just above the Expo Road. Now, when investing in Selvara, it's very, 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 very important that you don't just invest in a random villa, and it's extremely vital that you choose a villa that is going to have the highest capital appreciation and not going to face any of the roads. The best units you can get are the ones that are facing the park right here and the ones that are Vastu units. If you're a little bit confused on what I'm saying right now, even with the word Vastu, don't worry, I'm going to talk more about it at the end of the video since it applies more to the floor plan and which villas to actually go for. So I'm going to leave that towards the end, but just so you have a better idea in mind. Yet again, some more pictures of what the villas are going to look like. Here is the walkway, and here is going to be the green park, internal park. A bit more photos of the amenities as well. Here we've got the amazing community center, playground, and just a bit more photos of what we're expecting from the inside. Full glass to ceiling windows, absolutely amazing finishing that Emaar are going to bring with this project. And here we've also got the staples that's also going to be included. So now when we go back, we also have to understand why Grand Polo in the first place even makes sense. I mean, as an investor, why should I invest in Grand Polo? Well, there are a few reasons. Number one is the developer. This developer, who is Emaar, has one of the greatest track records in all of Dubai. And when it comes to building master communities, Emaar is first, and this is from every investor who has invested in Emaar. And you can ask any end user in Dubai, they will tell you the exact same thing. When it comes to villa communities, Emaar beats absolutely everyone. In addition to that, we can also look at the price per square foot within this project, which is only at 1,600 dirhams a square foot, which makes it very good compared to other liking communities and very old communities by Emaar. In addition to that, it is a unique community. As already mentioned, there's already Al Habtoor Polo Club, but besides that, there's not many communities that actually offer this type of unique feeling. And, you know, a really community that already has a polo field. There's only one, as of right now, that's completely residential. Fourth, we've got an ecosystem, practically the exact same thing. And what we know is that, off-plan villas right now are a lot more in demand than off-plan apartments. And this is because villas are lower in supply, and right now there's a lot more demand for villas and townhouses. So that's another very big bonus in this case. Now, this is just a little bit more brief. You guys can feel free to pause this video. There's going to be exactly 237 units. The unit benefits here is that there are a bit bigger plots. They're brand new villas by Emaar. The handover for this as well is in Q2 of 2029, and the payment plan is a 80-20, which is very good compared to some other projects that they even have in Mina Rashid, for example, that are on 90-10. So Emaar is going a bit nice with this payment plan. They're going for an 80-20 and not a 90-10. And now for the exciting part that I do in almost every part of my video, where I look at the pricing and then compare them to other neighboring communities to see whether or not this is a really good buy. Now, unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna have to be totally honest. When it came to comparing the price per square foot for Selvara with other neighboring communities, it was very hard. Because as I already told you guys, this is a brand new community, and it's a community that is unique. And because of that reason, there aren't a lot of comparables, just like Al Habtoor Polo Club. Although you might ask yourself, okay, Joseph, why didn't you compare it to Al Habtoor Polo Club? Well, the thing is that they are just now being sold, and honestly, there's not enough data to actually do comparables on. So unfortunately, I wouldn't have to do that for this video. Even in my previous video for Talia, I didn't have a comparable either. But now when we just take a look at it, the starting price right here is 6,200,000. The minimum square foot is 3,638. And that's why when we look at the price per square foot, it's 1,704. This is exactly what I warned you guys about. Unfortunately, there are no comparables that we can actually make due to the lack of data and the fact that this community is very, very unique. However, when we did look at some data that were rented out, this is what it showed us. Some 4 beds were rented for 240,000. Given it's a little bit less, a little bit more, but this is generally what the rentals are. You guys can check this on Bayou Transactions. Made it this far through the video and you are still curious on how to invest in Dubai's real estate market, then look no further. You can just contact me on my WhatsApp down below in the description, really easy to locate. Since I keep getting questions, Joseph, how can I contact you? So I hope this answers absolutely everything. And after that, we will hop on a free 15-minute demo call. We will understand your goals, why you want to invest, and then come up with a proper solution that will be tailored to your needs. All right, so now we're going to dive straight into the floor plans, which is also my favorite part of any video that I create. So just to give you guys a little bit of context, we've actually got 2 different types and we've got 3 different styles. So we've got type A, type B, we've got style 1, 2, and 3, with the smallest being type B, style 3, at 3,638 square foot. Now, when we take a look at the floor plan, we're first going to start with Villa A, style 1. And to be totally transparent, there aren't a lot of differences compared to the villas, but I will share the small ones that are the differences. So first of all, we will talk about this type. Now, what you notice immediately is that there's 2 garage spaces right here. And in order for you to enter your home, you actually have to take little stairs. And once you open the main door, you are greeted with the entry foyer straight, and you've also got the guest bedroom at the ground floor. Now, the guest bedroom on the ground floor is applicable for all of the villas, no matter what type it is. And as we take a closer look, you will have the stairs that lead to the upstairs space right here. We've got a powder room, we've got the bathroom right here, but this is actually the bathroom for the guest bedroom. So every bedroom in this villa has an ensuite. In addition to that, we've got an open living room, open dining area, an open kitchen right here, and we've even got a linen room. You can kind of use this as a storage room, but it's practically the same thing. This is where you put all your clothes, and you can even put all your bags for whenever you're traveling. Now, you've also got a small little laundry right here, and then you've got a bath that can be accessible for everyone down here. And here is where you can open up the door to be greeted with your garden. Here you have got the door that can also be accessible from the garden, and then you can walk onto the master community. Now, when we take a look upstairs, we have got 3 bedrooms. We have got the master bedroom right here with its very own walk-in closet, which is an absolute big detail for any end user, specifically here in Dubai. Especially if you have a wife, the demand for these type of properties always increase because people would want to have this in their home. I already mentioned from the beginning that every single bedroom has an ensuite, which is a very big bonus. Now, one difference between style 1 and style 2 is that the balcony right here between the master bedroom and bedroom number 2 is kind of separated right here. Now, that could either be a bonus or it could be a loss depending on the type of end user. But for certain people, they would want a bit more privacy. So style 1 would be a bit more applicable. And of course, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean by not separated in the next slide. But here we are going onto the roof terrace, where we have technically got a small living room upstairs with a bathroom. And then we've also got an L-shaped light terrace where you can enjoy the beautiful views of the community from the 3rd floor of the home. Now, one thing that you guys may have noticed is that this villa does not come with a maid's room, which I'll be honest is a little bit of a disadvantage, specifically in Dubai when a lot of people actually have a lot of maids and they would want for them to stay inside of the home. So that is one big disadvantage that I find in these villas, and the square foot here is 3,819. Now, when we go to style 2, it's a little bit bigger. I'm not going to walk through the floor plan since it's practically the exact same. You guys can pause the video and go over it yourself, but I will go over the key difference right here, which is the fact that the balconies are actually kind of joined together and there isn't a wall separating from the master bedroom and bedroom number 2. Guest bedroom, as always, is on the ground floor. All of the bedrooms come with an ensuite. Yet again, no maid's room. And the roof terrace is the exact same. Now, style 3 is always the smallest. This one right here is 3,789. Practically the exact same as style 2, just shrunk a little bit. And of course, the balcony is shared. Guys, please feel free to pause this video as well so you guys can go over the floor plans yourself. Now we're gonna go on to Villa B. You guys will notice just a small little change, which is here with the garage. If you guys notice that, and I will just go back. One second, if it allows me. Yep. You guys can see that the garage is sort of shifted a little bit towards the right, so there's a bit more open space for you to actually access the garden from the garage area. Now, when we take a look at the floor plan here for Villa B, we also notice a bit more difference with shifting. But practically everything is the exact same right here. You've got your living room, you've got your storage room right here. Then as we head upstairs, every single bathroom, well, every bedroom has an ensuite, and the balcony here is separated as well. Same exactly like in the style 1 for Villa A. Roof lounge is the exact same, so I'm not going to go over that too much. Here we have got style 2. I will actually do mention that Villa type B are a lot smaller than Villa A. So that's one key difference you can see. For example, here is 3,651, and for Villa B, if I'm not mistaken, it was 3,819. Yeah, so it's 3,819. Now, when we go to style 2, practically everything is the exact same, right? You guys notice the balcony is not separated, exactly same like in Villa A. Here we have got the smallest type, which was 3,638. If you looked at my Google Slides, you would have noticed that this is actually the starting square foot. So the starting square foot, or also the smallest, will be Villa B style 3. Practically the exact same as style 2, just shrunk by a little bit. So now that we have an idea of the floor plans and what Emaar is bringing with no maid's room, but the fact that it's G+2, I want to highlight which units would actually be the best to get in this scenario. So as we can take a look here, the best villas, regardless of the type, because they're practically all the exact same, would actually be the ones that are here, here, and here, the ones that are facing onto the green space. And the reasons for that is because these villas are always more in demand, and the closer you are to the main road, like here in Expo Road, the worse it gets. And a villa that is also here, it is technically single row, but it's looking onto the road. These units also would not be performing as well, but the units that have an amazing view of a green space and the ones that you can easily access from the garden are always going to be the ones that are most premium. Now, one thing I will add to as well that I promised to share with you guys is getting units that are Vastu. And a lot of you guys might say, okay, what the hell even is Vastu? Now, Vastu is a very important word in Dubai, and this means when the front door of the house faces south. Now, why is that important? Well, this is because Hindu buyers cannot live or will not choose to live in a home that is Vastu. Instead, it should be Vastu compliant, which means that the front door of the house should be facing north, northeast, just somewhere that is not facing towards the south. So as we look on the map right here, the units that are actually right here would not work for Hindu buyers, but these ones right here would work, and the ones right here would work as well. So why it's important to get units that are looking onto the green space and that are Vastu? Well, that's also because if you have a unit that is Vastu compliant, a lot of the Hindu and Indian buyers are willing to pay more premium for the villa that you have because there is a limited supply in the villas that they're looking for. So it's very basic. If there's more demand and there's lower supply, you as a seller have more advantage to raise the prices because you know there's more demand for your villa, and then you can exit for a higher premium compared to the rest of the villas here in Selvara, which is why it's very important to be investing in these villas right here. And another note that I want to add before I end this video is that the expression of interest for this project has already started. So if you'd like more information about this project, then please feel free to contact me on my WhatsApp. It's located down below. And without further ado, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so that you are aware of new launches that are occurring in Dubai, so that you are the first one to know whenever new launches are around the corner. And without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and hope to see you soon.